Poverty is the norm, wealth the exception. Welcome to Uncommon Knowledge. I'm Peter Robinson. Thomas Sowell has taught
economics, intellectual history, and social policy at institutions such as Cornell, UCLA,
and Amherst. The author of more than a dozen books, well over a dozen books. Dr. Sowell is now a senior fellow at the Hoover Institution at Stanford University. His latest work, Wealth, Poverty, and Politics. Welcome.
Good to be here.
The big idea. Wealth, Poverty, and Politics, quote, the difference between Tom Sowell and Peter Robinson are the mental disparities. Explain that.
Oh, sure. Well, certainly in terms of not just sheer knowledge, you don't have the same knowledge, but more than that, you're not aware of how the basic things of life are done differently in other parts of the world. So, for example, when the British landed in Australia, they find the Australian Aborigines are living really at a Stone Age level. The same thing. More importantly, you're not connected with the rest of the human race to the same extent. And one of the major findings throughout the book is that isolation almost invariably means poverty and backwardness. Well, I think there are a lot of people who regard so-called disparities and inequities as something that requires some great explanation, seem to assume that in the absence of some intervention, everyone would have something roughly equal. It varies.
It varies. And I take it, correct me if I'm wrong about this, but I was reading this, I take it as one of the principal efforts of this book, to correct me if I'm wrong about this, but I was reading this, I take it as one of the principal efforts of this book, is that by the standards of human history, and by the standards of many other places on the globe today, would be conditions of the overseas Chinese.
There was one Chinese millionaire in one of the countries who had in the foyer to his mansion this stick with a little cloth thing tied to it. And when I saw it, I said, why are these rich people living like this?
All right. The Jews.
Oh my heavens, that's, my gosh, the Lower East Side of New York, one of the most terrible places when the Jews landed. I'd always heard that all Jews were rich.
I didn't know that.
They have microwave ovens. They have central air conditioning. I mean, I was in my 40s before I had a window air conditioner.
It is simply racial subjugation by any historical understanding whatsoever.
No, people in the ghetto would not wear the kind of khakis you wear. No, they want designer things. I hear about the tennis shoes that are bought there. And the irony is that doesn't mean they've got it made. On the contrary, they have catastrophic problems. The people were squeezed together in these tiny places. If you were to one Manhattan would probably be enough, to spread famine throughout the world.
That's an old story, ancient story, the persecution of the Jews.
The Jews took over.
Why?
Well, it's that the diversity really doesn't do anything for you.
Okay. Now, you note a certain productive capacity that certain cultural groups demonstrate. And you can see them because they demonstrate the same Will you please stop interrupting? Why is it that in many instances why is it then that so often we see the pattern that you fail to get with the program?
Oh my, the thought never crossed my mind.
All right. Newspapers though.
Newspapers.
By the way, was it considered, oh dear, how do I say this? when you were a little boy going to school, how many pairs of trousers did you have?
I don't know.
Okay. All right. So I'm sorry.
Today, both of us would be taken into custody and sent in for mental observation.
And how does that get corrected?
Thus far, it hasn't been.
Oh, Tom, I'm only laughing because otherwise I'd cry.